Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and into another Budget With Me weekly video. Now I know you guys are thinking, girl, where was you at last week? We had a friend of mine, her husband passed away very suddenly and traumatically, so we kind of just did what we had to get through the week. I didn't budget at all last week. I kind of just, you can see if I go back and show you, I absolutely did nothing. The only thing that I addressed was the money for graduation. And the only reason why I did that is because I want to keep on track with the dollar amounts. So we just kind of kept our cash out. I didn't even put it in the cash envelopes. I just kept it in my wallet. Very rare for me to do that, but we were extremely busy and things were happening. So I just kind of left it out. I do apologize for that, but we're going to get back on track this week. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sue. We'd love to have you as part of our family here on YouTube. And for those of you guys who come back and watch these videos each week, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it, and thank you for spending your time with me. It really does mean the world to me. We're starting out fresh. This is the first week in March here. So we're just going to go ahead and get through just a little bit of a background. If you are new here, we take our bill money out of our paychecks each week and we put that into our checking account. We also have a specific set amount that goes into our savings, and this cash here is what's left over for the week. This is just the expenses that we might find ourselves having to spend money throughout the week, and so I just break it down to where I don't go over budget. Anything that costs quite a bit of money, like sports, like the fees and things like that, I budget for that specific type of thing, and it goes into a separate account, into our checking account, into our bank, I mean. The same goes for like our big clothing expense that we do twice a year. That is considered a bill to me. So I automatically take that money out. Anything that's a fixed expense for us is automatically going into my checking account for the month. This just happens to be things that we might find comes up throughout the week that we might need to have a little cash for. So, and the reason why we specifically do this is because it keeps us from swiping our debit cards. I found last year that we know that we have money in our checking account, so I was finding that we were just swiping our debit card. I had no way of knowing really how much money we were taking out, where it was going, so I bought this little planner this year. Halfway through last year, starting in July of last year is when I really started doing the cash envelope system, and I used my Happy Planner for that. And this year I decided to have everything all in one place finance wise, so I bought this 2020 budget planner. I did find this at Amazon, and I do have this linked in my description box below if you are interested. I think it cost me $5 to $7. I do have Prime, so I didn't have to pay for shipping, of course, but I do have this one linked in my description box if you're interested in that. And then the cash envelope system that I use is this is just a Happy Planner mini notebook, and it just come with like little notebook sheets inside of it, and I just took it out and I made myself some cash envelopes using a laminator, some cardstock, and the Happy Planner hole punch. I do have an Etsy store if you're interested, and it does have cash envelopes inside of there for you to purchase if you would want to. That's also in my description box below, linked if you're interested in that. Some people have already purchased some of them cash envelopes, and I want to thank each and every one of you who have done so. I hope that it helps you in your budget journey. I know it certainly has helped me. So the first thing that I always like to do is I like to go through my extra cash, whether it be from groceries or from my buffer account or miscellaneous, things like that. I like to go through, and to be honest, I don't know what's going on in here because like I said, I didn't do anything last week with it. So I'm actually, the money that's left in here is from the week before that. So, you know, I am basically starting over. There wasn't anything in my grocery fund. And let's see if there's anything in my miscellaneous. I think I did set back my $5 bills, which you guys know I consciously make the effort to not spend my $5 bills. It's just an extra way for me to set money aside for things that we're gonna do with our family, whether it's extra spending on vacations, or we wanna go away for the weekend, or we wanna go to the amusement park, whatever the case may be. I consciously do not spend any of my $5 bills. Family fun, I don't think I have anything else in here. There's nothing left in my buffer account. And the last time I seen you guys, I took out, once my $5 challenge envelope money gets to $100, I remove it from my cash envelope and I put it into my safe. Inside my safe, I have a duplicate copy of this cash envelope system, and so I just move money because I don't want to be carrying around that many $5 bills, that much money in these cash envelopes, because this stays in my purse at all times. So when my vacation fund gets to 100, when my $5 challenge gets to 100, you're gonna soon see me doing it with the graduation money. I'm gonna start moving, I move that stuff over to my safe at my house so that I'm not carrying around all that extra money. So the last time I seen you guys, I had removed all of my $5 bills out of this and put it into my safe. So we're starting over with these $5 bills. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And that is just an accrual $5 bills from the last couple of weeks, okay? And I'm going to, what did I just tell you that was? 35, right? And I always like to put in here, track how much money I'm putting into that envelope, because there are times where I have told one of my kids to go in and get money out of this system here, out of my purse, and they pull from the $5 challenge even though that's not really my instruction. So it just helps me keep track of what's supposed to be in there for next week when I come back in to do this video. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. As you guys can see here, let me move this down a little bit for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and budget $80 here for grocery money, which is, I usually budget between 80 and 120. It just depends on what I currently have in my house at the time. If I know that I have things left over from weeks previous, then I will put less money in here. And because I have been extremely busy, we do have quite a few things left over at the house. So I won't be adding anything extra here. So 20, 40, 60, 80. And we're just gonna put that right into the grocery money. And then gas, I'm not putting anything in gas this week on video because my car was low on gas, because like I said, we've been doing a lot of running around this week. So my husband was nice enough to go ahead and just put the gas in my car yesterday before I had to go anywhere first thing this morning, so that I didn't have to stop myself and get gas. Sometimes my husband is a nice guy. Personal is going to get 40, and I know that I haven't pulled any money out of this guy. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, and I will be adding $40 in here as well. My husband also does get $40 for personal money, but I just give him his in cash and he puts it in his wallet and does whatever he wants with it. And mine goes in this envelope because the only thing that I do is maybe get a haircut or get my nails done every other week. So I don't really always spend all of my money. And then sometimes I will get a hankering for something like a new pair of shoes or something like that, and I'll use that money for that. School, I went ahead and deposited lunch money into the boys' lunch accounts. Now, I just wanted to clarify this because I did have a couple questions for you guys. From you guys. My oldest son, who is 17, he gets $100 put onto his lunch account at the first of every month. So you don't see that money going into this school envelope. That is just because his $100 is fixed. I put the $100 in there. That's enough to get him for the whole month. And if he decides he wants extra things, then he uses his own money for that. Whereas the two little boys, one takes his lunch to school, but does eat breakfast at school. And then the other one eats lunch at school and sometimes will eat breakfast at school. So their lunch accounts vary quite a bit from week to week. So I always put money in here so that I have the money for their lunch accounts, but they don't always need money in their lunch accounts. So I always like to make sure that I have money in this account. $40 usually is what's in here, so that way if they both need lunch money one week, then it's in there. But since I took out the $40, I'll be putting the money back in now because they both needed some money on their lunch account. So I went ahead and deposited that into the school. Dollar Tree, you guys know I haven't really been going to Dollar Tree. I did stop into Dollar Tree last week, so you guys will see a Dollar Tree video for me this week, but I used my personal money for that Dollar Tree trip. Because I didn't pick up a ton and most all the things were for myself. So anyway, I am not putting any money in Dollar Tree. And then car maintenance, we took money out of for parts. We both have, I mean, our vehicles are in good shape, but we have a little bit older vehicles. They're paid off. We don't make a car payment or anything like that. So they do have maintenance that's required. Usually it's an oil change here or there. A couple weeks ago, we had to buy a tire. I do keep an emergency auto fund in the bank as a savings account just in case one of the engines blows up and we end up having to go and purchase a car or a transmission goes out or whatever the case may be. I think we depleted the clothing fund as well, so we're going to be putting $20 back in there. And the sports account also got depleted. It is baseball time here. So we went to our checking account and got the league fees and things like that out of our checking account to pay for the fees and stuff. And then we went and had to get baseball pants and cleats. I have two boys playing baseball, so we needed to get some supplies for that. So we depleted that one. So we're going to start it back over. Now that the season's getting ready to start, well, they have like, you know, practice and stuff for a couple months before the season starts. This money usually just goes for concessions or gas money because we are a traveling league, or anything that might come up if they have a fundraiser and they are purchasing hats or shirts or stuff like that. That money goes towards the little extras that sports can accrue. Miscellaneous will get $40 per usual, okay? So we're gonna put that in there. And this account, you guys, is just for anything that we need it for, hence the reason why it's miscellaneous. Family fun for the week gets a $20 bill because we will, every Friday night in our household is pizza night, so we will always pick up a pizza just as a small little treat for our kids and us, saying we made it through the week. Mom doesn't have to cook dinner. Everything's good to go. Gifts was depleted as well, so we are going to put a $10 bill in there. And that account is just for anybody who I forget their birthdays or a little kid's birthday party or something. That money is just there in case we might need it. Vacation, I'm gonna be putting 40 in this week. You guys will start to see me adding more and more money to our vacation fund. because we are going to be going on vacation after Memorial Day, which is in May. So we budget through our regular bill system that we keep in our checking account, our accommodation, and our like excursions if we're gonna do anything like that. We set aside money out of our bill money for that. This vacation fund is just for like food and gas and extras, things like that. So you're gonna see me start to put a little bit more money into this account as we're getting closer to vacation, just because I like to have more money and not spend it all and put that money back into our checking account for next year's vacation, or not our checking account, but our savings account that we set up for a vacation, or we can disperse that into our just regular savings account. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80 now in here. And then our buffer will get 20, okay? And then I broke this cash envelope. That's why it's kind of sitting out like that. And then our graduation fund, we are up to $10 this week. So we are putting in $10. Let me just add this up and see where we're at. 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. And if you guys are new here, every week I end up adding another dollar. So this week is $10, last week was $9, next week will be $11. And it's just, this money here is just for me and my son, who's going to be graduating from high school next year, are going to go to Rome for his graduation present. And I have, again, budgeted money for our accommodations and our flight. This money that I'm saving up here is just going to be extra spending money, food, souvenirs, taxis, buses, whatever it is that we're going to be doing. That's what this money is for. And so I've been saving this since the beginning of this year, and I will save it all the way through this year, and then I will save it all the way through the beginning of next year through graduation. So that's just what we're doing with this money. And I'm gonna see how many ones I have just to make my graduation envelope a little bit less thin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the 20 that I just put in for my buffer, and I'm going to replace this in here. Okay, and I'm gonna put that in my graduation envelope, and I will put these $1 bills in my buffer account, because I will try to spend these $1 bills first, if that makes any sense to you guys. So I'm gonna put that back in there, and I will just make a conscious effort this week that if I need a loaf of bread or I need a soda from the gas station or something, that I'm gonna go into my buffer account before my miscellaneous and pull those ones out just so I can get rid of them. And that is it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm so sorry that I didn't do a budget video last week, but we just had too many things going on and I just did not have the time to do anything. So there is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. Let me know down in the comments below if you're having trouble budgeting or what you have found works better for you that I'm not doing. I always like to hear your guys' comments. If you have any questions, also leave them down there below, because I do try to answer all your guys' questions. Maybe not in the comment box under this video, but I do address them in the next video 90% of the time. So, you know, all of my information is down below, my P.O Box, my email, all of the things are down there. If you need anything, just let me know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and spending a little bit of time with me. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys next week for another Budget With Me video. Bye, guys.